Check, check, check.
Stream is live. Okay, great.
Test, test, test. Yeah, my dad has COVID.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yeah. My sisters have COVID.
Oh my gosh.
And the new caretaker at the board and care they just moved in also has COVID.
That's crazy.
I just went and got my booster. I've been testing for the last 4 days. I'm negative. But
Wow.
I lost my coffee. Are you performing anytime soon?
Yeah, September 19th.
Gotta mention that, but that's good. It's not this week. You can still get better.
Yeah, let me give you the picture of it so you can post it.
Yeah.
I also have the song. It's called Don't Give Up on Me.
Uh-huh.
It's about a minute long. Is that okay?
That's totally fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's inevitable and it doesn't really matter. I get copyright strikes on it, but it's like at this point, it's not. I mean, it doesn't mean like anything. It's like I lose a couple dollars. It's not that big of a deal.
Is it one of those things where you can say that this is the artist and make
I've tried. I mean, when Keiko comes on, her manager tries to, you know, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Like they have to like tell YouTube, you know, this is this location, there's no copyright strike, but they have like so many middlemen who are the ones that catch it. Like they use their programs to catch the violations, you know what I mean? And so it goes through so many channels that I don't even care anymore.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
it's YouTube is notorious for this. The good news is I somehow am being congratulated and I made the top 2%, something ridiculous like that, as a YouTube creator. So
wow.
I got a free pizza.
Oh my gosh.
And now I got a movie pass or 2. So like they're rewarding you. So that'll make up for the copyrights.
Great. Are we ready to start? I think
we are. Did you post with the link?
Yep, it's ready.
Awesome.
We're all good to go.
All right, here we go. Uh-oh.
Off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balance. Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome. You're tuned to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balance with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, NBC News, CNBC News, and NBC Sports radio station, KCAA, AM 1050, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. Yes, thank you, AJ. We are talking about the new album. And for some reason, we were just in the green room. Everything was good. And Ricky went out, and he's coming back though, and we're just playing with technical difficulties, but don't worry, he will be right back. And I'm just here to welcome all of you, Ricky's fans, as well as my supporters, who've been so wonderful for this past, 644 consecutive weeks, but who's counting? And we are on Friday here, so it is the Hollywood Rebel Report with myself and Ricky Rebel, who just came out with a fabulous album, Veronica. We're actually going to play a minute of it today, AJ, so you'll like that. And we're just waiting for Ricky to come back, and it's okay. And thank you for that finger. We love it when you give us fingers, not that finger, but this finger. So I'm so glad that you're here. Well, let's go ahead and start with our gratitude sandwich. And by the time we finish, I'm sure Ricky will be back on here. Let's see. I'm grateful for this platform. There he is. I'm grateful for this platform with which to balance out all the bad news out there, because you know what, we don't talk about anything that everybody else is talking about, maybe one or two little mini things, but I try to keep this show balanced in the sense that there's so many places you can get bad news and what horrible things people are doing to other people, that we wanted a safe place here so you can focus on your own reality show and how you can be happy 88% of the time. So that's why you're here. We welcome you. And Ricky is back. And we're just doing a little bit of, you've got your marketing guy here, by the way.
Yeah.
While you were away, Ricky's new album, Veronica. We're going to play a minute from it. And love
Fantastic.
You so much. Aw, it's super cute. I am grateful that COVID, there are solutions. There is treatment. The level of people dying from COVID is way less, and I want to focus on that part, especially since there's a new wave of it going by. My own family's being affected. Wow. I think I told you my dad had a bad stroke and was in the hospital. He got moved out of the hospital into a board and care, but now he has COVID. Don't know where it came from. It doesn't matter. But he and the caretaker Angel, my sisters, I've been testing for 4 days. So far, so good. I felt good. I went and got another booster. But I don't know how much of the mind is now like, oh, do I feel this and do I feel that? And that actually is going to be the topic today. So if you're not feeling good, we're going to look at maybe some reasons we're not feeling good physically and how that is linked to the emotion. But let's get back to breakfast with Dr. Marissa. And
my name is Ricky Rebel. How are you? Good to see you, everybody.
Happy. Good to see you, love.
Okay. I want to read you my little tea leaf here. It's I'm having Breathe Easy tea. Have you ever had Breathe Easy tea?
Oh,
it's delicious.
No, I've never heard of it.
It helps you breathe better. Really? Here's a quote. If you truly love nature, you will find beauty everywhere. Vincent van Gogh.
And he captured that beauty in his paintings. Those of you who actually don't know who Ricky Rebel is, I know you know who he is, but just in case, Ricky Rebel's a Billboard Top 40 recording artist as seen on tour with Britney Spears. He's been a Grammy member since 2017, part of the voting member for the Recording Academy. He was discovered by Michael Jackson, you may know who he is, signed to his label on Sony, and later signed to Madonna's record label, Maverick Records. Please welcome back to the studio my favorite Friday co-host, Ricky Rebel. What are you grateful for, my love?
I'm grateful that the internet started working. I was having issues, and now it's working just fine. Perfectly.
Beautiful.
Mwah. Love that.
Mwah.
I love that I'm healthy enough to come on the show today. I've been dealing with sinus infection. It's kind of brutal. It's one of those things where if you don't take rest, take a lot of rest, it'll come back. And I think that's what happened. It like went away, and I was feeling really good. Started working out and doing all the things I love to do. And then whoop, it came back, hit me pretty hard. But I'm grateful that I'm here and happy and healthy with you and with the fans coming through. Thank you.
I know they stormed the green room. Oh, all right, and let's go to the bottom of the bun. That was the top of the bun. When you start your day with gratitudes, I know it's a little touchy feely and woo woo, but I have from experience known that if I start the day grateful, it's going to be a pretty good day. But if I start the day doing this, MS scrolling, I'm pretty much going to be looking for evidence of how the world is going to hell in a handbasket. That's an older expression for those of you who are millennials. Go look that up. So now what we do before we go to bed, and we're not going to go to bed now, but we are going to model for you what we'd like you to do before you go to bed, which is what are you grateful for, not outside of yourself, but inside of yourself? Like, I just realized we both match again.
My favorite color, honestly. This is my favorite color.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pistachio on you. It looks beautiful. Or sherbet. I love that.
Sherbet, yeah.
Any
Beautiful.
kind of green I like.
Me too. Is that your favorite color?
It is one of my favorite colors. I have to say, I have several.
One of them, right?
Yeah. My husband liked green, so I had to get over that, you know, and say I can also like that. Anyways, bottom of the bun is gratitude turned inwards. This is also your weight training to approve of yourself, to like yourself, to care about yourself, something that doesn't necessarily come easy. And I'm so glad. I am known as the Asian Oprah. I was introduced to Oprah as the Asian Oprah, and I give her lots of kudos for bringing the concept of self-care and mental health. Some of you are not big fans of her interview, some of her latest interviews, but the good news is, it's not just the royalty that deals with mental health. We all deal with mental health, and now we can talk about it. Simone Biles, Caleb Kessler, my favorite in the Olympics, that talked about that voice in his head that really keeps him from enjoying his sport. So we all have that voice. And so this little exercise is to help us put that voice in the passenger seat. So instead of talking about what you don't like about yourself, what you didn't finish, who done you wrong, before you go to bed tonight, I want you to think about what you like about yourself. So, Ricky, what do you like about yourself?
I like that I know how to have fun with people when I'm with them. I like that I am able to, let's see. This is the hardest part of a whole interview. And we've talked about why it's so hard because we're so used to picking ourselves apart.
Yeah.
let's see. What do I like?
Yeah, we're
about
not
Marissa?
taught to blow, toot your own horn. There's another
Yeah.
older expression. We're told you're not all that.
Right, right. And not to gloat and not to boast and not to be proud. Because pride is the sin, as they say.
Right. And in Chinese and Japanese, there's an actual saying that the nail that stands up is hammered down.
Right.
Like there's incentive, to do what I do, to be in front of everybody and on stage speaking as a motivational speaker.
You know what? I will say, I love the fact that I'm really, really a hard worker. And I love the fact that I have a lot of care in the work that I do. When I work with other artists, for instance, one of my friends, I produced a song for him. One of my closest friends, my bestie, Wayne Folks, I produced a record for him recently, and it came out like this.
Oh, you were in the pocket.
Oh yeah, I just boom, 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 really fast. Gave it to him. His first track ever. He's so used to working with me on my projects and co-writing and co-producing with me. For the first time, he's getting to shine, and he sent it out to his friend who works at a record label, and they're already interested in him because of that.
So, and doesn't that feel good?
Yeah, it feels good to know that I have the power to really create beautiful work for my friends, the people that I work with.
And I'm going to give you extra kudos for that, because many creatives, many people, are not happy for other people because they see them as competition, which is really using the laws of the universe in reverse. Because if you can't want good things for other people, good things are not going to be able to come to you. It's the law of reciprocity. So good for you. Not easy to do, especially, you're helping them do something that is your competition, but there is no competition, folks. There's not like a limited amount of resources in the world. And this is the one thing that keeps us at war and keeps us at this, what Pam is highlighting. The political people are saying to you, it's either this or that. There's no in between, and we can't have it all, right? And there's a limited, if I get it, you don't. And if you get it, I don't. And this is the cause of 100% of the conflict in our world. But if I use my breath as an example of abundance, when I breathe, I take nothing from you. There's more than enough breath, unless you're in a closed room. Okay. But in the world at large, look at how many people, 8 billion people are breathing. Hello. Right?
Right.
Yeah. So thank you for that. And look at this. We've got great appreciation in the Cashew Gallery. A LinkedIn user, no name, but that's great. I love my audacity and presence. Very good awareness. Al AJ is grateful for Ricky Rebel. Grateful for being able to improve myself every day. That's amazing.
Love that.
Love that.
Love you, AJ.
So love that we are here starting the show with having breakfast. Thank you for taking a bite of our gratitude sandwich. We're going to go and take a quick break for news and traffic, but we'll be right back with more of the Hollywood Rebel Report with Dr. Marissa and
Ricky Rebel. Let's go.
Let's do this. And we're going to queue up Ricky's latest album, Veronica, and play a minute from it when we get back. Don't go away. We'll be back in 2 and 2, also known as Peace In. Peace out.
Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And we're back. You're tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, NBC News, home to the Asian Oprah. AM 1050, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, and of course my YouTube TV channel, which has been on for 644 consecutive weeks, 1,223 shows, podcasts. But who is counting? And we are here, and you know it is Friday, because we have the fabulous Ricky Rebel here with the Hollywood Rebel Report. Welcome back to the show.
I do have a song to share with you. Do you want to share it?
Yes, please.
Okay, so this is a single from my new album, Veronica, and the song is called Don't Give Up on Me. And I wrote it with this guy named PJ Bianco, who's a producer for all of the Jonas Brothers, their solo projects, and also their project as a band. And he's also worked with Demi Lovato. So shout out to PJ Bianco and my manager for hooking it up for me. Pennyfly Entertainment, shout out to you. But I went to this fabulous studio in Malibu where the late Gary Miller used to produce. Gary Miller is this like legendary producer who's worked with the Spice Girls and like Donna Summer, and he's just done a lot of disco records. He's done a lot of current pop records, but he passed away about 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, and it broke my heart. I did a few records with him, but that was the same studio that we made this record with. So I kind of felt the spirit of Gary Miller in the room when we recorded it.
Aww.
And it's special to me. It's called Don't Give Up on Me. And it's about, I went through this really hard phase in my life where I was getting very political and very in that world of just, you say something provocative and you're going to get views. You're going to get that dopamine hit of people. My engagement was through the roof. I was the number 4 most Googled Latino of 2019 because I wore something very specific to the Grammys, and it was a political statement, but it was also a fashion moment. I thought it was fashion, but whatever. It was polarizing. So when you do something like that, you get a lot of like heat. Like there's good heat from the sun, and then there's also bad heat from the sun. It burns you.
Good analogy.
And I will never take it back because I had such an amazing ride, like performing at rallies in front of thousands and thousands of people, singing songs and meeting people that I had never met before in, all that middle America and all these different types of people that you would normally, people from my community would be scared of these types of people, but they were so warm, so loving. But on the back end of that, I was very stressed out because I was getting so much hate on the internet. Every day I was dealing with these like really horrific comments about killing myself, things like that. And even worse, threatening to call the FBI on me. It was just ridiculous. The whole thing. And now looking back, I think it's really funny. And I think I was laughing, but inside I was not laughing. Inside I was like losing friends I really cared about and almost my relationship. Let's get real. I almost lost my relationship.
Really?
I don't think I ever told you that. Did I tell you that?
No, you didn't. Because I know your relationship. I love your relationship.
I love my man, right? But we were
know.
like, well, we actually did break up. To be honest.
Wow.
Let's get real.
Yeah.
He and I, we're like you and I. We need to stay away from that topic.
We just don't talk about it. It doesn't mean, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's,
yeah.
And that's with my man. This is my man, 11 years going on 12.
Yeah.
And I know better. But every time I get a little feisty, we both get a little feisty, and then it just gets girl gone wild. So this song is me kind of not kind of. This is my song talking about like I know I can be. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Self-awareness is a good thing.
I
And
can
it's not
be
all the time. It's 12%
difficult
of the
sometimes.
time.
I can be
12% of
difficult
the time.
sometimes. It's true. I can be difficult, but I have a big heart, but the
Yeah.
point is that this is the song saying like, I know I've been bad in certain ways. I don't regret, all the things that I went through. And my views haven't even changed. I told him I haven't changed. It's just the way that I express things, the way
Mhm.
that I do things now, and the care I take in the sense, like, if it's not necessary to be a part of every single conversation. It just really isn't. There's more to life than that. There's more to human beings than that. But I had to go through this journey to get there and ask, and this is me saying, don't give up on me.
Yeah.
Love you.
Yeah.
And I know I was bad, or I know I was being difficult. And that's what this song is about.
Well, that's beautiful. Thank you for the history behind the song. I've heard a bit of it, but I love it when I not only have an artist explain a song, but I have an artist who's a co-host, and we get to, in some ways, I feel like I've known you, like you're like a life connection. It's not carved out by time and space. Like, I'm not talking about, what's her name? Shirley MacLaine, past lives or anything like that. But there is a comfort level that we have that we're so fortunate for that, really, that, and yeah, we are a great example of diametrically opposed, but able to love and converse and put on a show every freaking Friday, every fun Friday. And I get to learn something new, and it just, God, I love you.
I love you too very much. Look at the LinkedIn user, what they just said in the last quote.
Takes a lot of courage to stand on the world stage to be seen and heard. It comes with being judged harshly at times. Jenilyn, that's who this is. Great.
Mhm.
Welcome, Jenilyn.
It really does.
Yeah, it does.
Without further ado, I put it in the here we go. Can you see it?
Yeah, I do.
Perfect.
I
Okay,
just
so
put it up.
here's Don't Give Up on Me.
Hold it. Hold on. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. That was
Yay.
so good. Your heart was in that song.
Can you feel it? Can you feel
it? That's a great song for anybody who is going through something right now with their partner who doesn't want to lose the relationship. Just use that song.
Thank you.
It's beautiful.
That's a perfect
Yeah, and knowing the
where it's coming from.
situation and the person it
background
was written for is beautiful.
It makes a difference, right?
It totally makes a difference.
Yeah.
And it relates to exactly what I wanted to talk about today is when you are feeling so lonely as you in that video, so isolated, so ostracized, so beaten down, physically you're gonna feel like shiitake. There's just no argument anymore. They used to have a theory that emotions were related to health, and people would say, well, that's why, you should be happy or positive because it's, maybe it is related to your health. But studies coming out of Harvard and Scripps, all of that is very clear that if you are lonely, if you don't feel you are wanted, needed, or loved, it's no surprise that you have aches and pains. You have you're sick and you can't get well. Not saying that that's what's happening to you. Not saying that there aren't physical reasons, but the immune system is 100% connected to your mental health, to how you feel. Do you want to? There's pain. I'm never gonna feel okay again. This hurts so much. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts. I'm gonna die. That pain, or this freaking hurts, but I know I'm not gonna feel like this forever. We're looking at testing and solutions for what it is. There's that glimmer of hope that is missing from the first scenario. And that's what we're encouraging you to do. No matter what you're feeling physically, if you tune into your emotional side, and you can, my big brother, Michael Bernard Beck, does this all the time. Think of a time, and we'll do this with you right now.
All right.
Think of a time. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And release through the mouth. Soft shoulders, soft elbows, soft knees. Another deep breath in. And releasing all the stories of the drama. Good. Connecting the mind. One more breath. Good. Connecting to chi, eternal energy, the breath of life. That is a sign of abundance, connecting us all. And now, Ricky, remember a time when you just felt so loved, so needed, so wanted.
Yeah.
There's so many moments like that, I'm sure, in your life. I can think of 3 right now. And just focus in. And those of you who are listening right now, I'm going to peek with my eyes open for a second, but keep your eyes closed if you can, so you're blocking out other distractions like thoughts. And just think of a moment when you felt so good. You felt so wanted and needed. Take a deep breath into that memory. Hold it. Feel the smile come on your face. Feel yourself going back to that, letting that memory just crowd out all the other shiitake. And then clap your hands. Okay, and release. Okay, that's a set point now. That's a set point for you when you're not feeling good, is to clap your hands, and that will bring that, just that strong memory, which was the truth. You didn't make it up. It happened before. It can happen again. And that will help your healing process into, perfect health and wholeness, because you got a show coming up on the 19th. So, and that's going to, relapse, no relapse. You know what, we have a tendency of doing things too quickly when we're feeling, we think we're, what is it? I think that I am untouchable sometimes, that I can do 8 jobs and not feel the impact of it.
Yeah.
You and I are made out of the same clay on that one. So, but
Right.
hopefully it's a little tool. You don't have to believe it. Try it. It's worth something. If you're like walking around like Eeyore every day.
Yeah. I love it. I
Try
think it's great. And it's so funny because normally it takes me a long time to think about that memory, but I knew instantly what that was, that memory of mine. And I can go there often. Yeah. It's good.
Do you want to share it? You don't have to.
Yeah, I can share. I'm very close to my mother, right? I almost lost her when I was 3 years old. Actually, she technically died and came back.
Mm-hmm.
Even the doctor said that she like flatlined for a while and then came back. Um, so losing my mother was like the most traumatic thing that's ever happened to me, and her coming back, it was just I couldn't even talk. I stopped talking. I was stuttering so much. I couldn't even get pizza, the words out of just it was crazy. But there was a comforting moment when my mother was back, and she finally, after a while, I realized, okay, my mom's here now. She's with me. We're good. The family's good. And every now and then, I remember as a kid, I would, if I woke up early enough, I'd be able to go into my parents' bedroom and just sneak right into my mother's side, always my mother's side, and
Hmm.
she would just hold me with her satin, you know, um, what do you call it, pajamas. And I just felt like so completely loved, 100% safe. And yeah, that's just
It's
one memory.
wonderful.
I
Yeah,
had
I'm
other
sure.
memories pop in here and there, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and you're proving my point is that there's so many good memories in your life that we forget because we're so hijacked by negative media, weapon of mass distraction. And as a result, we do believe what gentleman was talking about before, all the things that other people are trying to push into the forefront of your mind. And then you're like, what's wrong with people? But if you choose to focus on things, I call it in my book, 8 Ways to Happiness from Wherever You Are. And you're all welcome to a free audiobook copy of that because you're on here on the show right now. Just go to drmarissa.life. But it has exercises to ask you to remember
Mhm.
all of those things because it's just as much a part of your life. And the tool is called Turning on a Dime of Memories.
Turning on a dime of memories.
So I'm on that expression, turning on a dime. You've heard that before,
Yeah, you just change it
right?
right away.
You just change it. You're pivoting by you don't like what you're looking at. So this would be my suggestion for Patricia. No, is it Patricia? Someone was saying that they're getting a headache from
Mm.
all the political stuff. Well, if you don't like what you're looking at, you don't like what you're hearing it, turn your knob, turn your tuner.
Yeah, change a channel, right?
Thank you. Thank you. It's Friday. I get a little naughty on Fridays. Um, Drake Dragon is here.
Hey,
Welcome to
Drake.
the show. And then gentleman was commenting on all of the what was in your fabulous clip of
Oh,
your new single, Don't
yeah.
Give Up on Me. Where can people get that?
You can get Don't Give Up on Me, the single. It's available on my album Veronica, which is available now on all major music streaming platforms. That means iTunes, Spotify, you name it, it's there. Just search for
Yay.
Ricky Rebel Veronica, and the whole album
And
will come up.
And particularly if you want to have some good makeup sex this weekend, if you are currently in a conflict.
Are we allowed to say that word on this show?
We'll find out. Well, it is a thing, right? Makeup whoopee, makeup
Make
whoopee. How's
Makeup
that?
whoopee.
Makeup, yeah.
Yeah.
FCC
Yeah.
rules, very good, Ricky. Caught me. If it is, I guess I'm gonna have to buy you something if I get caught on this one. But yeah, we're
Whoopee.
if you've just tuned in and wondering what's going on in the studio today, this is Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show on KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind. NBC News Radio, AM 1050, FM 106.5, streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, and of course my YouTube TV channel, which free subscribers get an alert every weekday morning to tune in to a show about hope and happiness. And it is Friday, which means I have my very popular, fun, love co-host named Ricky. Oh, sorry. The Hollywood Report series with Dr. Marissa and
Ricky Rebel.
And we're just going to take a quick break to thank the sponsor for today's show, who has already been mentioned. His name is Dr. Patrick Lockwood. He has a sponsor message for you, inviting you to visit him with some really great information that you should all get, as well as Veronica and Don't Give Up on Me. We'll be back in 2 and 2. Don't go away. It's all about balance. Peace in. Peace out.
Are you living in fear? Have technology and culture hijacked our minds and lives? Yes, fear is a natural biological response with plenty of evolutionary benefits. But has it gone too far? Find the answer to that question in the riveting book by Dr. Patrick Lockwood, The Fear Problem, available at Amazon and Mascot Books. So get your copy today.
Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome back. This is the Hollywood Rebel Report with myself and
Ricky Rebel. Let's go.
Let's go. You just heard his new single, a little bit of his new single, Don't Give Up on Me, which is available right now on his new album called Veronica. And those of you who are in the chat, I wanted just to catch up with you. We just love it when you are participating. So thank you. Drake Dragon, memories are a good thing. I do like what I hear. That's good. Just roaring around. Love your voice, Ricky. Kiki Martinez Gonzalez.
Thank you, Kiki.
Patricia, 12 years, kidney disease. It's hard, but I deal with it. And congratulations on dealing with it. I think if you give yourself credit every day for doing the things that you need to do, and we just send out healing love always, and you know the formula, the hopeful formula. I see the formula in your words, and I would add to that. I can't wait to see what good comes out of this. Whenever bad things happen to good people, that's what I ask, because there's a reason. And there's, all the bad things that happened to me as a kid. I'm one of the 7 out of 10 of us who've had childhood trauma. And then through the divorce, I lost quite a bit of money with lots of zeros attached, because the judge said, well, you wanted equal rights. And when I have memories of that, it's always, I can't wait to see what good comes out of this. And it helps me kind of flip it. So, well, yes, what good came out of it as a #1 best-selling book that's helping a lot of people who are going through pain that I went through. You are in a position, Patricia, to help other people who have kidney disease, right? I know that, yes, I'm trying to make you feel better about having it, but at the same time, everything, Ricky, you have so much knowledge of what it is like to get hated in social media that you've developed strategies, and you can help other people. We've helped each other. Oh, what do we want to do with that comment? What do we want to do with this comment? And it's like, we ignore it, right? So because we know what it's like when you have pain, you're in a unique position to help someone else with pain. So that's my 8 cents worth. John, help. Okay.
Help.
There's a song that starts like that. Music, beautiful voice in music. Yes, he does. Ricky Rebel is
Thank you. As do you, Dr. Marissa. I love your voice as well.
oh, thank you. My dad told me when he found out that I might take a little sidewinder into music instead of going to get my doctorate, because he had his doctorate. He flew down, and I love my dad, but he really wanted me to get a PhD, right?
Yeah.
He thought that, like most Chinese parents, that education is the only important thing. And he goes, "You're good, but you're not that good." And I'm like, "Ooh." But he said it because, and it's true, there are people who are dying to sing. There are people who are dying to, like, this is like, they have to, or they're going to die.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful that I have a number of things that I love doing that I'm not sorry, because you can pick something up at any time. Okay, that's why this came up. There's a huge BS bullshitaki belief system that says you're too old to try something new. You can't be a master of all. You're jack of all trades, master of none. That is bullshitaki. You're doing new things in your life. You went from performer to producer to director. Now you're coaching. There's so many things that you can do in your life. Life does not suck.
There's so many things, so many thoughts out there in this world. Madonna calls it social disease. Social disease is out there of societal thoughts that keep us down or keep us from elevating. It's like, did you ever hear about that thing, that test where the fleas are trying to jump out of the jar? Did you ever hear about that? So you put fleas in a jar. They tested this, and they pop out. They jump out of the jar. So what they do is they put the top over it, and then they start to hit the top of the thing, and then they take it out, and they know the fleas no longer jump out of the
Wow.
the
No.
jar.
Wow.
You got to see that test. Yeah, you got to see it, because they've learned over time.
That
And
they can't get out of the.
yeah, and then the new fleas that are born, they do not jump out. They learn the behavior not to jump too high. So I feel like there's like that happens in society where they try to teach us, you can't jump out, you can't do that. What are you talking about? Moose drop. The moose is on the table.
Wow. That just described why underserved communities have not an easy time coming out of that mindset, or people in prison. Recidivism is so high because they've learned that they can't, because they couldn't for a time. And when you tell them that they can, that there is another way, they don't believe you. That explains trafficking. Women in trafficking have a really tough time healing and believing that there's another way to live that doesn't involve selling their bodies. And for us, that doesn't make sense. But that analogy, oh wow, that's incredible.
You could even see them. It shows the fleas.
That's okay. I'll take your word. That's powerful. That is so bad. That's why affirmative action doesn't necessarily work, because if you put someone who doesn't have the belief system in themselves to be a leader in a leadership position without that coaching, right, they're going to fail. And then what happens? It doesn't work. It will work, but it has to come with a complicated, multifaceted solution.
Yeah, I agree.
Wow. I love that. Oh, chat's going crazy. Let's see.
Who we got in the chat room?
Oh, there you go. She's a kidney coach. How did I know?
Oh, that's cool.
Awesome. Turn your pain in purpose. Love it. Yes. And anyhow, I got to go, Ricky, one of these days. I hope to see you in person. Well, you can. September 19th. What's going on September 19th?
I'll be performing live at Swan Dive in Las Vegas. So if you're in the Las Vegas area, come on out to see a great show. It's Ricky's Pop Dance Party. I'm going to be spinning for the first time on the decks. I'm going to be playing DJ and some of the, my favorite songs that have inspired me to make the kind of music that I make. We're playing a lot of Madonna. We're playing a lot of Charlie XCX. I'm a big fan of Charlie and Britney and Lady Gaga, and I'm mixing it all up. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I got some great performers as well. My friends are coming out. TK, who's amazing, Tori K, and another pop artist named Anthony, whom I love. So September 19th, come out to Swan Dive, Las Vegas.
That sounds great. Drake is telling us his schedule thing. But hey, you can go early or late.
Right. I can present the flyer to you if you want to share
Yeah,
the screen real quick.
yeah. Please let me show the flyer.
All right. I'm going to share it.
I need to talk to your mom. Maybe I will hitch
Have a
a ride
moment?
with you guys.
Well, this is a great show for you to come see. It's family friendly for once. It really is.
I told you, we're like great examples of like very different, and yet
I'm growing. I'm
make it work.
I'm growing.
Let's see.
As an artist.
What's that date? I leave for Canada on the 25th. So the 19th is a Thursday. So you're leaving Wednesday, right?
Right.
Okay.
Show the flyer. I think it's on your share
Okay.
screen. Please, por favor. There
Of
it is.
course. There it is. You got, oh, wow. What a great lineup here. Let me,
beautiful
wanna-
artists there.
Swan Dive in Las Vegas on Main Street. Doors open at 7. Music begins 8 to 11. Tickets are only $10.
Yep, only $10.
That's very affordable.
Yeah.
Rochelle Royale, she's beautiful.
She is.
And Auntie, how do you pronounce that?
Anthony.
Oh, okay, Anthony. She's got
Uh-huh.
X's and Y's. And TK.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
TK.
That's
Yeah,
so fun. That looks like a lot of fun.
it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be, like I said,
Yeah.
DJing for the first time and doing my own set, doing like a 30-minute set. The rest of the guys are going to be doing about a 20-minute set. And it's going to be a lot of fun. We're just going to dance and have a good time. And yeah, Las Vegas, baby. What could be better? I love Las Vegas.
Yeah. Love that you're doing something new. You just proved my point again. And I didn't even say it for that reason. God, I love my life. Deborah. Oh, that's so sweet.
She's here.
Yeah, anytime.
She is here.
John, okay, this is a question that he's had. I don't know if we have time today. We can, you know what? He's been asking for several weeks. So
Let's work it. Let's work it. Let's work
yes,
it,
that
baby.
is true. But I have a question. Our walkaway movement is getting nowhere, banging on top of the jar, and it's getting violent in the LGBTQ left wing area. So, Ricky, do you know what he's talking about?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good. And before that, good. He loves clubbing. We'll see you there, Drake.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ricky, do you want to tune me in on what's going on?
Okay. So there's a movement called the Walkaway Movement, and I befriended a man named Brandon Strock, who is a fellow Sagittarian. Okay, he's feisty, very feisty, and he is an activist, and he was very left leaning before 2016 and a little after 2016, during that era, and something shifted. He talks about the story of how he shifted, how he felt the media was portraying
LBGT.
portraying the former president in a certain way, and that was misleading. And he found out some information. He went down the well, and he discovered, oh my gosh, like I'm not a Democrat anymore. He changed his position on things.
Oh, this is a political thing. Okay.
It is.
Okay.
But we can make it not political.
Okay,
because what we can talk about here is how after that happened, he was getting into the LGBTQ community. They get very scared when people go that way.
Mhm.
And so I think what John's asking is, what he's saying is it, he said it's getting violent in an LGBTQ left-wing area. I mean, I think it's getting violent in many places in the world, right? I mean, right now, this is just the times that we're living in. And to make it not political, what we can say is we need to like do these practices that Dr. Marissa is talking about. We need to do the shift. We need to change the channel, start focusing on the things that make us happy, start focusing on why we started the movement in the first place. Is to help humanity and bring people together, all of us together, and to find that understanding between each other, and to work with people who have different points of views, all kinds of things. I mean, there's so many ways that we can shift and change the channel and still get ultimately what we want, which is peace on the planet, which is love for each other, which is working cohesively together with people's views who are different than ours. So I think that's the answer to John. What needs to happen is focus on the things, on love, on having fun, and those things are going to be worked out. I'm working with tons of people now in the LGBT community. I think they're opening their heart to me again because I haven't been so radically, in that space. It's really off-putting. I'm sorry. It's off-putting to people who are not in that, don't want to go there. They want to live their lives because life is short. We want to have fun. We want to ride horses. We want to go to the beach. We want to dance. We want to party. We want to play. We want to kiss each other. We want to dance with each other. Am I right?
Totally. I'm so proud. I feel like I've just watched someone who would have answered this a different. I didn't need to say a freaking word. I'm just so proud of you because not because you're agreeing with me at all. Well, my ego is, but the fact that, and thank you, John, for saying, he said, okay, thank you. I mean, he's not arguing. He's not, and John, bless you. You've been pretty persistent about wanting to talk about this. And I'm glad that we did, because it is exactly what Ricky is saying. I get that you care about this, and there's things that everybody cares about that you just feel like your heart is going to burst wide open unless you figure this out. But some things are so big that we can't figure them out. And when you're looking at them, and if it makes you feel mad or angry or resentful or murderous or
scared,
indignant or afraid and scared and depressed, those are the things that you may not want to look at, because you're going to affect your health with your immune system. We started at the top of the show with that. And also, I want everybody to feel as good as they possibly can. Why? Because when you feel as good as you possibly can, you have a freaking great life. You laugh, you have fun, you have great relationships, you have things to look forward to. You do silly things, you laugh. I mean, that's what life is. That's what life is. We're not here to fix everybody's problems. We don't have that kind of power. But if we start here and just really enjoy what the fork we're doing right now, which I am, and I know after I'm going to enjoy myself,
80% of the time, I'm going to enjoy myself in life. And if I focus on that, the rest of it will take care of itself. Then I'll get a call from somebody that says, wow, you can make a big difference doing this, this, and this. And I'll go, okay. Because if I'm pushing at something that doesn't want to give, if I'm pushing at that thing that is, I can't unscrew the freaking cap, but I can sit at the bottom and wait for the cap to open. And that way I will be able to jump out, because I haven't learned that it is futile. Nothing is futile. Even if you tried something 10 years ago, you haven't tried it now. Things change. You change. Life is a joyride. We're all standing there waiting to get on. Every single time we come, whether it's 1 or 100 times, there's things that we want to learn here. There's things that we want to do here. And none of them involve trying to control something we cannot control.
Moose drop.
I love you.
So
I love you, John. Thank you so much.
You, John.
Oh, look at that. I said it before. He said that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what a great show we've had today. Thank you so much for playing with us today. Ricky, you are co-hostess with the mostest. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so glad that you felt good enough. I was so worried.
I'm so glad I did it. I almost didn't.
I know. I gave you an
out. If we didn't?
I gave you an out last night.
We gotta just do it.
So you
jump in the water.
I sound better.
Yeah, I feel better.
Proof in the pudding. All right, we're over time. Please join us again next Friday. If you'd like a little more of me, join me every single day. It's all about balance. Peace in, peace out. World peace through inner peace. You take it out, Ricky. Now.
Everyone, now we want you to have the best weekend ever.
Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.